Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso at the1916company.com for purchase pricing and availability questions concerning this watch. Today, we discuss a cheerful model launched, as you see it here, for 2024 from Breitling. This is the Avenger B01 Chronograph 42 Night Mission. This watch in black ceramic with titanium hardware is 42 millimeters in diameter. It's 15.3 millimeters thick from lug tip to lug tip across its ceramic case. It is 50.9 millimeters with a 22 millimeter spacing in between the lugs. So the watch wears nicely on my wrist. Being primarily sapphire, titanium, and ceramic, it's quite light for its size. You can see, though, it's a large timepiece, so I'd recommend this for a wrist my size or larger. So 16 centimeters circumference and up, you are good to go. Taking a look at the strap here, you can see it's a combination of calfskin with a textile pattern across the top and matching turquoise. We've got a monotone stitch, a little bit of bolstering or stuffing to give it volume, a folded edge, no crimping, no gouging, brand new Breitling factory strap. We have a very fresh sticker on top of that Breitling clasp. It's a single fold twin trigger release that is in titanium. Remember, titanium adds lightness. Taking a look at the case itself, handsomely executed. We have satination. We have a nice little step on the lug profiles, a bit of fasting at the end of the lugs. We've got vintage-inspired rectangular pushers with a nice brush metallic element to them. You can see that the crown features double row knurling, but also media blasted finish, as well as satination on the knurled hobnails themselves. Notice that the pushers also feature a medley of media blasting and brushing. We've got a bezel that is a captive style bezel. So all these screws are functional. They physically hold the bezel to the case, and to remove the bezel, the screws must first be removed. The idea being that you can't actually snap it off by an accidental knock. Now, it is a very, very pleasing 120 click. Manages to feel refined and expensive. There's no sense that it's gritty or that there's sand in the mechanism or that it has indistinct detents. It has none of that. It's a very premium feel while still having a very vocal detent with a loud snick, snap, crackle, and pop, and the feel under the fingers is worth the price of admission. Now, taking a look at the bezel, of course, you can see that it features these rider tabs, which were born on the modern Chronomat back in 1983. The idea is to make it easier to grip the bezel when your hands might be wet, sweaty, or gloved. Now, this watch is 300 meters water resistant, and while it is aviation themed, it is also technically compliant as a dive watch. So we'll take a look at the lume, which is useful no matter where you are, and you can see that enormous bezel pearl that you can line up with the minute hand, so you can time two events concurrently, one with the chronograph, one with the bezel. Also note that the chronograph seconds hand, as well as the sub-register hands, are luminescent here, so you get an approximation of where your chronograph cycle is. No shortage of luminescence there. In fact, I really like having a dive bezel for timing, actually, because you can time two events simultaneously, but also because a dive bezel has a 60-minute scale, and sometimes I find it easier to simply time on the bezel than with the chronograph. Now, the dial, like the strap, is a turquoise color. Note the tone on tone. We've got black on turquoise, and I don't want you to miss the date window. We do have one down on the chronograph hours display at 6 o'clock. There it is right there. A few shocks of red, particularly on the chronograph minutes register. And you can see we have these raised numerals on the dial. The watch features a scale outboard against which you can read seconds and fractions of seconds. This is an 8 beat per second chronograph, and thus you can discern elements as fine as 1/8 of a second. Now, it's a column wheel chronograph, and the column wheel on a Breitling B01 may be co-equally the best in the industry. It's up there with some of the finest El Primero caliber 3600s, El Primero 400s, Rolex 4131, and the Lange L951. It's definitely crisp, precise, feels and sounds great. Now, it's a vertical clutch engagement system, so there's no jump or stagger or extraneous movement when you start the chronograph. And if you want to leave your chrono running, no additional wear and tear to run it with a vertical clutch system in place. Matte finished hands. It's got an anti-glare theme going on. We have both a hacking or stop seconds function, as well as a quick set date. And let's just get out of the date change danger zone before we demonstrate that quick set. Sure enough, there it is right there. right. Out back, you can see titanium on the caseback, 300-meter water resistance, a certified COSC chronometer adjusted in 5 positions, Breitling caliber B01 column wheel vertical clutch. It's got a 4 hertz beat rate, it pivots on 45 joules, it's got a 70-hour power reserve, and you can see that it has primarily Edicron for timing adjustment and beat error correction, but then there's a super small proprietary micrometric eccentric screw that can be used for very, very, very small timing changes equivalent to maybe 5 seconds per 24 hours, and it's a good looking movement. It's nicely sized for the case, and it has an impressive architecture that allows you to see some of the best parts of the chronograph and the balance assembly in action. And again, a 70-hour power reserve, chronometer, vertical clutch, and column wheel. Reach out to Team Mosso at the 1916company.com for purchase and pricing details.